Hello. Still getting set up here. Still getting set up. Getting the camera on. It takes us a few minutes to get the camera going sometimes. I feel like some good tea will be good. Good tea will be good. Which one was the draft level that I had that had no ocean? Agro 1? Yeah, okay. We're going to start with this map and try to do something with it. All right, let me get a camera going. Actually, let's not do the camera. You know what? Let's because it's more chill without the camera somehow. Let's not do it yet. More chill when you can make levels. Sure, well, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Why do I have so many windows open? Let's close this. I have a whole other, too many web browsers. Let's take care of that. It's just, what is going on? There. That could go over there. And there we go. So maybe I'll even close this. Why not? Why not? Okay. So rotator agroscope. So I want to make this aggro double level, I think. And then we'll go back. Last night I didn't finish setting up one of the levels, so we will do that as well. Aggro double. All right. All right. So this level is going to be as follows. It's going to be one of these dudes. There's going to be maybe one of these. Okay. There's going to be some double beams. All right. However, It's not going to be so simple. All right, let's get rid of some of this stuff that's not relevant to what we were thinking about. Okay. I don't know. We might keep some of this down here. Who knows? These are not a thing, though. These are not a thing. Okay, so let me get my hot liquid and I will come back and continue to make the level. Maybe we'll put these up here. We'll figure out what people do with that. Oh, and there's going to be 2 monsters. That's key to this level, is there's 2 frickin' monsters. And they're going to have frickin' lasers on their head. If I thought of using rivers and rotating beams, yeah, that's a whole other thing. It's just that's not the levels I'm making right now. Like, there are plenty of levels you can make in this game. There's just tons and tons of possible ideas. But, yeah, it's just not what I'm doing right now. All right. So the state that we want to get to, just so I can block out the level, is as follows. There's going to be these monsters. They're going to have frickin' lasers on their head. You could walk somewhere in here. Could even put them one closer. You could walk in here with another character on your head, and then let's say maybe snap left for 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay. And then that's going to be like the exit. Okay. So now I've got to prevent the dude from just walking there and putting her in the thing. But like, maybe that's just, there's like a pit. Who knows? Okay, we actually don't need all this. So the question is, is there like a pit? Is there a wall? I don't know. We're going to put a pit here because that's easy for now. And then we could always put a wall to make it more dramatic if we want. I don't know. Like, it's a thing. If we're already using verticality, it's like, what makes the level seem simpler, right? If we're already using verticals, yeah, okay. And okay, actually, I want this other character not to be a pusher. I want this character to be... I just got an idea for another level. Okay. So... like, honestly, the wall maybe makes it hard to read. I mean, if the wall were placed cleaner, maybe not. So I'm just going to go with a pit for now. Okay, so the thing about this level is going to be, this is where you get to, but you need to push the things onto the dudes. Oh yeah, I forgot to swap out the character. Could have it be Thief. The idea being, we definitely need... The problem is, I don't want to do a thing where you can send one player downstairs and then they go aggro the monsters. Because the idea is going to be that you need to push these onto the right monsters. Okay, so it's going to be as follows. Let's say we're going to have this like thing. Maybe we'll extend this one square this way. And we'll put this over here. I don't know. Don't care. We don't need all this back here probably. So now we want to push these things onto the dudes. So like this one. Oh, and I need a way to get across, which is going to be like this. So we're going to say there's this thing back here that you could cross. Okay. Like, why did I make this level so wide? I don't know. Let's frickin' chill it out a bit. We won't actually shrink it yet. I don't think I need all this space. Okay, so going one step further into the unsolved territory is as follows. Okay, we want these to be pointing forward on the monsters. When I go to push these, I will aggro the monster toward me. Right? Now the problem is, I think this is already broken. Oh, let's, to push these, we have to turn this off. Yeah, so the problem is they turn already. But maybe that's fine. Maybe I have to aggro them with one of the characters and then sort of push this on, right? And then aggro, right? I think, yeah, the aggro rules need to be a little better. Then we push this on, and then we do this. This This is kind of funny already. We go here. She goes there. We go here. She goes there. And then we win. So that's like pretty good already. This is already starting off much better than our previous level endeavors. Now, the thing that I was going to do, this is maybe not correct. Maybe this is actually a totally good level already, honestly. The thing that I was going to do was to make it so that there's like two beams and you have to push the right beam onto the right monster because you could only go on. Maybe that's a variant of this one. Let's just finish this one and clean it up, and then we'll try that. So like if we just get rid of all this, right? And then just get rid of all this. And then, I mean, this could be there in the corner. And these could be like here, this exit. I actually, maybe I should extend this by one so I could put this exit over here. Maybe I just put it here because these, so the thing about this level is because of this pit right now. Oh, I guess those are the level extents, so that's fine. But you can like fall off here, which is kind of weird. Let's simplify this so it doesn't look crazy. So this bridge here, like, I don't know if I like it. Like, it's unnecessary complexity, so let's just do that. It's just, I like the idea of a bridge connecting these two, like, elevated areas. So maybe that's actually fine. It's like a little bit more complex spatially, but maybe it's nicer. Or maps parsed or just dumped and loaded whole? I don't understand the question. Hopefully you forget this by the time the game comes out. Look, there's 700 other levels right now. I think you'll survive. Is this exploitable? See this aggro choice here? Like when I go here and he like, or when I go here and he turns left, it almost feels like, oh, no, I guess that's true. That's the right direction. Anyway, so I go off there. Oh, don't do this. Aggro the guy. Put it on. Right, okay. Oh no. Yeah, so this solution, Still works. So I mean, we could shrink the level down more even. How would I exploit this? Or just do something? Okay. The exploit is as follows. Level is kind of broken. So the exploit is that I don't actually need both of these monsters to face the same way right now. Because so this might not be a winnable direction. Actually, it might be, right? So the deal being, when I do this, okay. So like now, it's like, yeah, I aggro this guy, but now the thief can just, whoops, sorry, wrong character. Now the thief can just hang out there until I aggro this guy, which, to be fair, would be another interesting level. Yeah. How does the general workflow for the team look like when a new level is added? We just have so many levels right now that the art team just sort of picks which ones they want to work on. At some point, we'll be blasting through and doing all of them, but we're not there yet. Use a thief to pull the beam projectors into the middle. You couldn't do that because the thief would get killed by the monsters, but you could push them. Yeah, that is another exploit. It's a good point. Except, wait, they would have to rotate. I don't see how you would do it without rotating the beams. Oh, wait, I see. Yeah, never mind. They don't have to be powered even, right? Because we actually have like 3 objects here. Okay, the problem is the reason this isn't necessarily an exploit is the thief has to stay elevated the whole time. If the thief comes down off the top level, the level's over, right? So we can't use the thief to pull them away from the wall ever. This guy would have to push them away, and he can't do that because he can't get past these monsters, right? So thief can do this, right? But like, it doesn't matter because the thief can't get back up now to get up there. Yeah, it's higher. It's a little hard to read the level right now, clearly. What we could do to help that is just, here, maybe I'll just take one of these and, oh, let's, this is the dark area where you don't want to go. Although, making that the same color as the lines is not, it's not really good. Something's going on with the brightness in this level. I think we changed the rendering parameters again. Or maybe it's just like relative, like when we have a lot of like uninitialized back here, I think it, like that is not really easier to read. Okay. I don't know, guys. I give up on video games. Can I flip the light? I could do that. So we could do like this. Or this. I mean... Like I'm not really sure what helps. Like... Having the light be too off to the side is a bit distracting, in my opinion. I mean, we could just fucking put water here. It's fine. Would I design board games if deprived of computers? Probably not. I just don't like board games that much. They're fine. I don't like them that much, though. So how do I fix this other problem? I mean, I could make it so you can't actually walk around the monsters on this level. Like... Could also add different colors to the layers of the left island. That's true. In fact, we could make it. We could color match this to this. Maybe at that point we want to make these colors a little bit less unlike the other color just to chill, but I don't know. Colors are hard sometimes. That doesn't seem better. Like I like the golden color I just want it to be, I want it to be golden, but less bright. Okay. And then maybe this one could bring up a little bit. Okay. Okay. So something like that. You know, having the shadow be on the goblins, I actually don't like the sun there. Like that just feels cleaner. I don't know. We could also put one of these. Oops. I mean, that's a very messy camera, but shoot, shoot. So you can at least tell, right? Now. Of course, this one is off. If I put the beam on the top monster and then walk on the tile northeast of him, does the beam rotate? Can use that to rotate the beam facing west. I mean, like, you can't really get him to turn up. Maybe, Like, to put it on him, he turns this way. So it's like, yeah, now we could pull that off, I guess. That's sort of a reason not to have Thief in this level, actually. Is not to... It sort of does invite a lot of randomization of potential exploits. But then, without that much play, maybe the level is too simple, right? You think this is a solution? I don't think it's a solution necessarily. Oh, move the beam to the middle of the bridge. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. The fact that I can pull these around arbitrarily, you know, I sort of put the Thief in the level as, yeah, that's a good point. I sort of put the Thief in the level as, right. It actually has to be in the middle. Okay, now I'm hosed because I screwed it up, but right, if I do this, and then I do this, and then I go down here, and then the thief steps up there, then we're okay. Yeah, that is definitely an exploit. There's no real reason actually to put the thief in this. I just thought it would be fun because we don't use the thief enough. But like, we could use this guy. Useless guy. Useless lame guy can be in the level. Although he could pick up the gem, which is maybe useful. I guess. Okay, so he picks up the frickin' gem, and then we do all the things. And that'll work. And that just leaves the level cleaner. Or exploits, cheats, or just imaginative thinking. They make your game bad if your game is about ideas and the exploit doesn't involve the idea. And this should be obvious by now. And I'm tired of saying it, but I guess most people don't. I don't know. Like if a game designer asked me that, I'd be pissed off. But I mean, it's Twitch, right? So. Like if you think a puzzle game is just about people thinking about how to get to the solution and then they do, then yeah, exploits don't really matter that much. But if your game is actually about ideas, they wreck your game. They completely destroy it. That one did involve aggro because we used aggro to turn the thing. Like that could actually be, we could actually make a level that's the intended version of that. And that uses the thief to get the thing off and then another character to get it on. So we could actually build the good version of that level. Let's finish this one and then do that. What do I mean when I say a game is about ideas? I mean, I've covered this a lot in videos that are on YouTube and stuff that you could go find. No, it's not that it's paramount to success exactly. It's that the goal of the game is to communicate the ideas, right? As opposed to like just giving you some challenges. PAX Talk 2016. Do I talk about that stuff in the PAX Talk? Maybe that's good. Like the 1,000 Spikes stuff that I say in that one is it's related. The one that you could also watch, it's from a frickin' long time ago. It's from 10 years ago. That's how long I've been doing the same thing. There was a talk I did with Mark Ten Bosch at Indiecade. I could find that link and paste it into chat. And in this talk, we sort of outline what this way is of designing games. It's from 10 years ago. But yeah, the PAX one is also PAX one was fun. That talk is Lindy. I don't know if 10 years counts. Hold on. I have to look up my hotel from Miami. Can the gem guy push the beams? He cannot. He can't do anything except pick up and drop gems. Okay, and so the other thing to understand about exploits is if you want people to find the right solution, quote unquote, to have a good play experience, then like it is true that exploits are less bad if they're super convoluted and hard to find, but the thing is, the harder the puzzle is normally, the more likely they are to find that exploit, and so the harder the exploit needs to be in proportion to the base puzzle, right? It's just better if there's no exploit at all, but if there is, you have to take into account, like if the main puzzle is easy, then maybe the exploit is not that bad, I guess, if it's super hard. But if the main puzzle is hard, then people are likely to stumble into the exploit, and then you'll be sad. Did I see if any exploits slipped into Braid or the Witness? I mean, there's definitely a couple of like movement glitches in Braid that speedrunners use. Witness, I don't know. Do I have any feel for how hard a puzzle will be to a newcomer? I mean, that's part of the design sense that you have to have as a designer, is to at least be able to estimate that in some reasonable way. I'm not perfect at that by any means, but you don't have to be. You just kind of have to vaguely know. Like if you have no idea how easy or hard the things are that you're designing, then it's going to be hard to make things good. Excuse me. Do some levels get play tested by people outside the team? Later in development, we'll probably do that. Like once we have a full overworld and you can actually play the game, we'll do that. The thing is, the game isn't in a state where you could just give it to somebody and they can have a full game intact experience. So we've had people play it, but it's mostly when someone comes on the game who's new, or like they're an intern and they're going to work on it for some months, we let them play, and then that's like fresh eyes on the game and we see what happens. But mostly people outside the team haven't really played. Okay. So, what do I want to do anything else to this level? Okay, yeah, we still have that other exploit that I don't like. I would like to try to figure that out before going on and doing other versions of this. There are like multiple other versions of this level that I want to do, so I don't want to get bogged down in this. Just put a block in front of the switch to stop. No, the exploit, this exploit does not need any. Right. So for this one, like this guy can just chill until I rotate this one into place. And I don't want that to be the idea. I want the idea to be that you have to pre-aggro the guys. And I could do that. I could fix that. All right, I can fix that just by trimming the level down. By one row, actually. Because then you can't walk around the guys. That seems reasonable, right? Like if I just do this, whoops. Whoops. If I just do that, then you can't do that, right? Let's pre-aggro that. Oh. pre-aggro that guy. And then we won't pre-aggro this guy, right? And so now the deal is, right, I need to aggro this guy to rotate this. And I can't do it because I'll die, right? Okay, so I'm going to save out, we're going to record this solution, and then I'm going to save out 2 alternates that we could do, or 3 alternates maybe. All right, so this is aggro double, and I think that's a working level. So these are sort of our working levels, although, wait, rotator is the one that we did. Okay. This one is the one that we didn't totally set up, right? So that needs to happen. But I don't want to do that right now because I'm on a roll with these other ones. This one is the one that we finished last night. Okay. So we'll have a second one that's finished. And we'll record this solution. So, whoops. Wait, what? That was weird. Okay. So we're going to grab the gem, go over here. I'm going to pre-aggro the monster. Going to do this. Going to pre-aggro the monster. Going to do this. Yeah. I think that should be good. Couldn't you step on that tile next to the brown corner? Oh, like over there? I think, okay. So the deal is, once you go here to get the guy in the beam, they will be pointed this way. You can't rotate them by standing here because they're already facing yeah. Okay, let's do the version where it's a little different. Aggro, what do we call this? Aggro thief, because we're going to involve the thief. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. So we're going to bring the thief in. Thief is going to be here. We're going to have a much simpler level. Let's get rid of these. We're not going to have 2 islands. We're going to have 1 island and 1 monster. And so Actually, let's do something like that. Okay, the deal is, whoops. The deal is, let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of these. The deal is, we're going to have a block as well, I guess. Okay. Okay. So maybe we actually want to start the monster facing in. Okay, the deal is we want to actually rotate the double beam. Let's start the monster facing in to simplify. And actually, let's bring this back, because then this isn't a problem. Okay, so the deal with this block is, if you put this block down, you can pick a place for him to aggro, right? And then, so now I can rotate him this way and I can rotate him that way, right? So we could go shoink and then pull the thing up. Oh, wait. He stays there, and then the thief pulls the thing off. That's a little subtle thing in the aggro rules, but okay. And then we aggro him back, and we push the thing, and then we go shoink, right? And then, etc. Now, actually, okay, here's a thing about this level. I actually want the rule to be that it would aggro from here. Like, that's a rule change that I was going to make. Because he's like one step away. But then when it comes to the thief pulling the beam off, I'm not sure. So even if that aggroed, right? Then when the thief comes to pull the beam off, she's definitely closer. So aggro should switch. So maybe I don't actually like that. Anyway, so the other thing is you could choose to aggro either direction. My initial idea was to have it be 3 moves, but like if you could do it in 3 moves in one direction, you could do it in 1 move in the other direction. And that's kind of silly because you could accident into that. With 2 moves, it doesn't matter what direction. Yeah. I mean, we could always put the monster at the edge of the map, but like that's a little bit, I don't know if I like that. So the question is then, so maybe we rotate it 180 and pull it back. Like you sort of, when you rotate a thing, you sort of want to go as far as possible. So maybe you rotate it, you align it with this and go a double jump to like here. And maybe it's just that the exit is here. I don't totally love that. It's just not quite. It's a little bit too telegraphy of where to put the stone. And the problem is also if it's only a double jump. Then you could just use the frickin' stone to get across anyway. Right? So maybe we make it a double as well here. And the idea is they both start out rotated the same way. And you have to rotate them. You have to do a double from the corner or from the edge, which means neither can be facing right. It's like they both could be north-south, or it could be a north and a west, or a south and a west. That's, What if it's double from a very specific spot, like that northwest corner? Or, no, what if it's, yeah. Like if it's double from the northwest corner, then whoops, I hit the screenshot button. All right. Starship SN15. Oh, good. They might actually launch today. They were going to launch yesterday. 2 away doesn't aggro right now because you're also elevated by 1 square. So you're not technically 1 cube away from being attacked, except that you are because you would fall. So I want to make that aggro, but it does not currently aggro. So it's like, it's probably going to be a change to the rules. It's just, I'm doing one thing at a time. So this does not aggro at all right now. It probably should. And I guess even 1 square up higher, it should aggro, right? Like if you could step 1 and fall and be in an attack zone, he probably should be angry at you. Okay, but we can do this level without that. All right, so we need 1 more object. This is going to get a little crowded, but anyway, so the idea is Thief can turn this off. This guy can put this here, or it doesn't really, you could put it in either place. He can then aggro this way. Thief can pull it off. And this guy, so then this one has to 180, right? Whoops. Lol. Okay, so the idea here now is just to do this. Oh, except I can't because of where the gem socket is. So the idea would be to put it there and to go off here. Boop. So we could swap the gem socket and the exit, really. Like that. Do I want to swap these? I don't know. Not sure I really care about those. Let's chop this. And honestly, like all of this can go, right? And then like a lot of this monster shelf can go too. It's just, like I sort of want to imply that maybe you could walk around there or something. I don't know. We could do this. Because then it's like, hey, you could do a double-double, bro. It's just you can't, you could do a double-double as configured. It's just you can't do it. You can't do it where you need to do it. I could actually make it a third double beam. How silly would that be? How silly would that be? Does that break this? Do we end in tears? I mean, it's kind of pointless to rotate that one that way, but so okay, am I tempting fate by having all these frickin' things, or is it fine? Like, can I do, because it seems like, oh, I want to make an 8 long jump, but you can't make an 8 long jump from these, because you have to jump from the top row to do anything, right? You could just try to make a bridge out of them. Oh shit, you can. Rip. Okay, so we have to fix that. See, that's the kind of thing you don't want in your game, all right? Left, up, right beams can make an 8 jump on the top row. Yeah, but there would be no way to do that without rotating a beam. And there's no way to rotate a beam without using a beam to stand on, right? That's my theory. Okay, but we have to fix this part, which we could do. We could just cut down the shelf here. I mean, that doesn't look super elegant, but, you know. I almost wish there was a way with these characters to start this guy up here and push him down. The thing is, I mean, I guess if we had Mighty Warrior here, we could do that. It seems that might make it a little too hard. Like, we don't always want to make the levels as hard as possible. But we could do that. We could start this guy as warrior, and then we could start the goblin on top, and you have to push him down. Okay, so I go there. We pull that off. We could move that down there, right? And then we have to 180 this one. I mean, I guess you could somehow accidentally brute force that. And then it has to be the thief who goes. No, I guess it could be either character, actually. So then, oh, we can't push this off. It has to not be the thief who goes right now. Because you can't push it. You have to pull it. Well, we could just pull the gem. Okay. So that, I think that's an okay level. But I don't know. Make the shelf horizontally symmetric. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, maybe that makes it too easy, but maybe not. Like, because like, what else? So the problem I have with that is, what else are you going to do besides push something next to the monster? At least you could get down and walk around. See, okay, no, I don't want to do that, because at least here you could have the idea to get down there and walk around and try to aggro the dude, right? But then, of course, you can't get back up if you do that. But like, there's something about collapsing the possibility space too much that I don't like. Could also just not push the beam into the corner. No, you have to. Oh, no, I see. Right. Yeah. Okay. You don't have to push it in the corner. It could be anywhere on the top row. Yes. Good point. Good point. Could keep the goblin shelf the same as originally and move everything up 1 block so the top is 3 blocks from the bottom. The top is 3 blocks from the bottom. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean like extend the top layer by 1? We could, but then the top layer isn't like square. Squares are cute. Instead of 2 blocks high. I don't... When you say... You're just using it language that's too ambiguous. I don't know what you're saying. Someday people will learn that capitalization and punctuation also helps people fucking understand you. Yeah, I don't know. My brain's tired of trying to decode Twitch chat. Could you add a 3rd layer on top of the orange? But why? I mean, no, because then you can't put stuff on the goblin's head. Oh, you mean in order to prevent stacking the stuff, because the hole would be deeper? because we only barely were able to stack enough stuff. That's it. That's a good point. Like, okay, which of those is? Let's try that because it's not clear to me. So like this one, like is it? Yeah, maybe that's better. Let's see. So if we do basically this is what we're saying, and then we could like fix up the. I mean. Well, do this and then just sort of fill this in. Like I don't even know if we need to make that a separate color. Is that better? That's probably better. Right? Because the depth of one is not really semantically relevant. Like, and I do like the ability to like jump down here. And we could even somehow like let you run all the way around the monster, right? I mean that may not be better because that might just be adding too much confusion. But like because now there's like, what is this? And so this is not really great. I don't know. Like that makes it asymmetric again. But at least you could go behind the monster. That starts to sound too much like a red herring though, because like it's conspicuous level geometry that lets you do that, but there's no reason to do it. Could shift the main area one to the right. No, we can't because then the teleport won't reach. The 8 jump is possible. I'm not sure that it is. I don't see how you would do an 8 jump in this level. Maybe I'm missing it. Why not just infinite hole? It could be. Like when we go, when we do final art for this, it's quite possible that this might be a deep void or something. Who knows, right? That's like something that I am just not super worried. Whoops. Not super worried about right now. I mean, if we wanted to imply that, we could make it even deeper, yeah. Can you place a beam facing left, another facing right in the same row, and another beam facing up? Well, how would you do that? How would you do that? If you can explain to me how to make that configuration, then yes, you could solve the level that way. I could almost imagine something where, okay, the sort of exploit I could imagine happening is as follows. Maybe if we use the down beam, right? I mean, you could do an 8 jump, but it wouldn't go anywhere. Like, since this down beam is here, if we use this to rotate the guy, there's going to be a down beam. So, like, later you could push a right beam over here, over a character's head, and then how would you get the left beam? I don't know, right? Anyway. It's like, it's interesting because it's got just enough possibility, but if you think a little bit about it, you're like, I don't see how that turns into anything. One on top right corner, one on top left corner, and one on bottom right. But how would you get those there? Yeah, you have to rotate one. You can't rotate one without being able to step off the main square. And you can't step off the main square without, I mean, you could push the gem down there instead of the beams, but then you wouldn't be able to power the beams. Right? So it doesn't seem like there's a problem to me. Maybe that's going to look weird now when we do side. That's fine. Yeah, someone let me know if the rocket is about to launch. Would be amazing if I ever decided to stream my witness-like puzzle development thought process where story ideas connect to gameplay and reinforce through the environment. That's really hard to talk about. And I'm not doing that much of that for this game right now, although that may happen eventually. All right. Okay. This, I feel like maybe this level is improvable, but this is probably good enough for now. Because I don't know what the next improvement idea is, so let me just record this. Gonna record, boop. I'm gonna have to fix that problem with the sparklies. All right, so we go here, and we go there. Yeah, that was sort of bad to... Let me get this gem out over here. Okay. So we won't put it on the thing this time. We'll do that. And now it doesn't matter who goes. Dunk, 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 dunk. How's that, people? Seems good. Easy clap. I deserve another T for that. And then we're going to make another variant of this. Would it be too obvious if it was a simple block? I mean, we started with a block. And then I thought, wouldn't it be cute if we change this to a beam? And I think I like the beam version. So the thing to keep in mind, too, is these levels are pretty late in the game by the time you're playing this. So on the one hand, you don't want to make things too hard, right? Because then they get grindy. On the other hand, this is somebody who's played 500 levels, right? You've got to keep them entertained a little bit. All right. Why am I invisible? I just felt like streaming without the camera today because it's just more chill. I don't know why. Like, it's just more relaxed. It's maybe more conducive to level design. Are you not entertained? Should be a level name. Well, we don't have user visible level names. Like, yeah. All right. T is going to warm up, and then we will make another variant of this level. This has been very successful so far. We are doing good. We are doing good. Also, we are doing well. Any plans for a timed series of puzzles? Not currently. Can't make the same game every time. Tea water is almost boiled. Okay, so I want to make a version. So there's two other variants of this that I want to do. I want to do one where you have to, the one that I set out to do at the start of the stream that I haven't done yet, where you have to sort of, you can only push from certain directions, and so you have to pick which beams, you have to sort of swap this beams, like crossing the streams, but not as bad. And then I want to do one which is like the aggro one that we just did before this, where you do the double on the guy's heads, but I want to do it with triple, but I want to do it where you rotate them onto the character one at a time. Like it's impossible to set them up facing the right way. And you sort of have to get one and then run around. That's going to be a bigger level. That one, yeah, let's try the first one. I feel like the second one's going to be easier, but I want to try the first one. He is now steeping, so we are good. What do I find hardest to design? The beginner puzzles or the late game puzzles? I'm not sure there's a correlation there. Sometimes either of those is easy, and sometimes either of those is hard. Okay. How about rotating the monster by aggroing it from the beam? You could only do that with a beam pointing left, which you can't get without rotating something. Like if I started you with a beam pointing left, which I wouldn't do because that's one of the win conditions anyway. Yeah, like, okay, let's play with it for a second to show, right? So if this beam was this way, it's kind of like what if Zelda was a girl, right? You could sort of go there and aggro him and come back, right? And so by doing that, now the power has to be on, right, which makes it more annoying. But by doing that, you would be able to, rotate beams in such a manner. And, you could turn the power off and turn it back on. So once you have one pointing left, you can do crazy stuff. Maybe that's an advanced version of this level. Like, what if you need to make a double-double? Let's try that. We're not even getting to all the other levels. Okay. Yeah. So I don't... So we're going to do the same level that you just played, right? But the gap is going to be further, right? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we could just put it out here so it's the same level, and you kind of have to jump from like in here. I mean, not being able to count the squares is annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you jump from this vertical line, right? Let's see how this goes. Right, so I'm going to go down here. I'm going to shut off the power for a minute to make this less annoying. We're going to do this question mark. Actually, we're going to do that so that you can get in here. And then we want to rotate one of these onto the guy's head. Right? So then we go here. Oh, hold on. I'm making this harder than it is. Okay, so I go here. I aggro. That's funny. Okay, the problem right now is we're a little cramped. Okay, so, whoops, don't do that. Wait. Oh, no. Okay, we can't do that. So the thief, right. So this guy has to stay here. So really, you want it to be the thief who stays the whole time. Wait, what? Why did he... Hold on, what? That seems like the aggro rule's being broken. Excuse me? Excuse me? What's happening there? Could it be because the aggro happened via teleport? Well, it's not supposed to be like that. I mean, it could be anything, right? If there's a bug, it could be frickin' anything. Does that happen with the characters swapped? Okay, that was kind of a mistake, but... Okay, so we aggroed him back that way. Huh. It's like... Whoops. This could be a really fun level, actually. Like a maze of like reorienting. Okay, so hold on. I want it to be so obvious that like he just explicitly aggroed the dude. Okay. The aggro rules are just broken in some way that I didn't notice. It's like it's got some preferential bias. It needs implicit bias training to solve its preferential bias for certain characters. Okay. I think we're going to go look at the code and figure out what's going on. WTF? It's got to have something to do with the teleport because we didn't see this when he was standing on an object. Or maybe we just got lucky. Who does the art for the game? Several people at the company do the art for the game. This isn't art here. This is mostly blocks. This isn't the real art for the game. I don't think Chillagen knows what this stream is. Okay. So maybe turn toward nearest enemy is the function. Yeah, the characters are pretty close to final art. That's about it in that scene. Okay, maybe turn toward nearest enemy. If we have a primary enemy ID, otherwise... Okay, this is just like after you kill someone, you spend some turns. You don't like turn away from them immediately, although maybe we should do that. I don't know why we really have a separate loop here. Okay. Set goblin primary enemy ID. Do we find the best distance? Yeah, what we should do, okay, we want to say prefer the guy you were already targeting, and that's not even here. So like we just got lucky with that. These rules need a little bit of touch up as well. Anyway, a cheap way to do, so there's several ways to do it. You could imagine having a lot of if statements or several if statements that say, hey, if the person we found who's at the best distance is at an approximately equal within epsilon distance of the new person, then if the old person was our prior target, keep the old person. Otherwise, if the new person is the prior target, switch, right? But there's a cheaper way to do that stuff, which is just have a very small distance bonus, because we know our distances are quantized, right, by individual squares, right? If we just reduce the distance by 0.01 for our previous primary enemy ID, assuming that it's still set when we're here, we might clear it. That's the problem. I don't think we do. Let's just, I'm going to log a message. If goblin.primary enemy ID, actually, let's game report prior ID whatever tprint primer ID whatever comma goblin primary enemy ID. All right, so that's gonna be like show us on the screen. We're gonna no check in that for that reason. Okay, so down here, actually let's just say prior is this, because I just want there to be no confusion about, you know, this state changing. Okay, so down here, we say if it dot entity ID is equal to, actually, why are we even doing, we literally only aggro on guys. Why do we have best non-guy distance at all anymore? I think Maybe we'll use that for head IK or something, but I don't think we really need that. Anyway, if it.entity ID is prior dist minus equals 0.01, give us, let's make it 0.05 just to be fun. Give us, give the prior aggroed character target preference when another character is equidistant. Now, yeah. We might actually want to have other bonuses on there later as it happens. But I think this will fix the problem. All right, so we are on Aggro Thief 2. I'm going to make a release build of this just because I like editing and release. Look at all these levels that we don't care about. All right. This is going to take a minute. Oh, this tea is steeping still. Let's do that. Oh, I'm pouring it on the floor. That's great. Good progress, everybody. Great, great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so now, okay, the whole point of this level, right? Aggro Thief 1 was this one, right? And so Aggro Thief 2 is going to be the one where we give you a beam pointing left, and you're going to be like, didn't I literally just play this fucking level? Oh, I guess we didn't save it at all, huh? Because the point was going to be this. Okay. Okay. So, here we go. We're going to turn off the power for a second to make it less of a pain. We're gonna, well, I guess I pushed that too far. Okay, right. Okay, so we're seeing the prior IDs. That's good, I guess. It means we don't necessarily clear it. So I'm gonna put that on that guy. We're gonna pull this out. Aggro that, which is good because now the thief could pull it. There we go. See that? See that? I'm going to make a mess here. Let's, oh no, we can't shut the power off till the guy gets safe. Okay, so now we shut the power off again. We're going to aggro this guy back this way. Now that we have done that. Oh, actually, this one we just want to go down here. Oh, actually, somewhere in the bottom row, we don't even know where, right? Actually, we do know where. Hold on. There's just so much. So much. Okay, let's get this the hell out of there. I guess we're going to want... Okay. So, we want this. Actually, we're done, right? We only needed to rotate one thing, which, I mean, you can decide if that's bad or not. How's that, people? Looks like they're arming SN-15's flight termination system. How long before launch is that? Okay, is this exploitable? Should I make it harder? Maybe not. Maybe not. Because, like, when someone gets here, they did just play this previous level, right? So you kind of don't want to give them a bunch of busy work to do. How would I break this? I mean, you have to rotate one of the beams to get there. That's obvious, I think. Yeah, I don't see. You could sort of put one down in the top level pit there and then get a double jump from the upper left corner that way. Wait, could I not do that? Yeah, we couldn't do that here. So you could do the following thing. Like if I just drop this, then I could do this. This is not going to be far enough though. Not nearly. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Were the characters redesigned? No, the shaders have changed a little bit. But these are the same characters we've had for a long time. It doesn't aggro on filed 3 row 9. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're talking about. This is all correct behavior right here. So in a level like this, where you could teleport pretty far in any direction, I actually feel like it's bad style to like lock the level in like this. So I feel like we should have this kind of action going on. I mean, maybe we'll do this. Just because you want people to be able to teleport out. Right? So same here. Because you don't want like teleports to fail because there's no map there, right? So it looks less minimal right now. Oh, you know what? This is like feels off center, so let's extend it. It looks less minimal. But the thing is, when we add like real art to it, this is going to be something anyway, right? It's just not going to be empty screen. So, yeah. test this one again. That's Aggro Thief 1. Level Aggro Thief 2. Oh yeah, I haven't recorded this one yet. Wait, we haven't saved Aggro Thief 2 with the big field. Okay, there we go. Can the exit pillar be in the middle? In the middle of what? Oh, you mean on the level? It could be for this level, but I don't want to change the level. The whole point of this level is it's exactly the level that you played with small changes. Okay? We don't want to change it more to make it more symmetric, because that makes it less like this level where we did want it to be. I mean, I guess with this one, we actually could put it in the middle, couldn't we? Would that? No, because if we put it in the middle, you could get away with a down and an up. Never mind. It really does need to be from the corner. Okay. What's the ball? That's just an alternate viewpoint thing. It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be something fictional that gives you the ability to change the camera. What level editor is this? This is the unity.unreal.org.GameMaker Pro Super Godot script editor engine. Enterprise Edition. Maybe start with the gem off at the spot. I mean, I want it to be the same. Like, it's literally the same except for the distance and the rotation. I don't know why I would move the gem. You mean as a red herring? So you go, oh, the gem's different. Nah. Yeah. I want people to know what's different. I don't want to add noise. Okay, that was remarkably easy, though. Let's record it. Recording. So what did we say? We want to do a thing on the monster's head. We want to do this up here. This guy's going to aggro. Boom. Oh, I need to turn off that print statement. Where did those particles come from? That's pretty weird. Okay, anyway. So I want to aggro this guy again. I want to put it on him. Oh, actually, no, that's all that we needed, right? Yeah, we determined that's all we need. That might be too easy. Let's have this guy be... No, hold on. You have to put the power, dude. And then you could go up there. And then this can go. And then you can go. Whoops. Haha, that's the problem with making the level bigger. Is people accidentally jump off. All right, so that's solved. Let me go take out of the executable this prior ID thing, because that appears to be working. I'll rebuild that. How's it going, everybody? I want to check these in, just in case my computer barfs. Ta-da. Do you ever have alternative solutions that turn out to be way easier than the intended solution? Yes, that's called the level being broken. Happens all the time. You really like changing the clothing color for active character? That's how it's been for a long time. It's just that's become more or less obvious as we change graphical settings around, probably. I think it got less obvious for a while when we switched to the new renderer, and then maybe that got tuned again. Oh, if both levels start with the beam on, the player immediately notices the difference. But the thing about the first level, we can go back there, but the thing about the first level was that it was a little bit interesting. Like, it was supposed to be a little bit interesting that you're trapped inside the beams here, right? I mean, it's not super interesting, but it adds a little bit of spice. Whereas if it's off and you're just walking around the beams and then you have to turn them on to do anything, that's like more boring. So you'd be trading off that in order to get this other thing, which I guess is fine. It's just the thing is people aren't going to really remember how this one started either. They're going to have been playing it for a while, and there's just going to have been beams, right? So I think this is actually kind of fine. I mean, we could just give them this one with the beams off as well. Like that wouldn't be... Oh, that's failing to pull the guy. That's why. It's not a bug. It's just not a very good graphical effect. It's like I'm trying to pull the guy into my same square, and I'm failing to do that. Mm-hmm. 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 Do you do user testing to find... No, fuck that. I don't... Like... Game design by committee gives you very boring games, and that's what user testing is. Like, taken to its logical conclusion, is game design by committee. I just don't do that. Okay. I don't totally like how easy it is to fall off the things, but we could add some stuff to the game to help prevent that later as an ergonomic situation. Okay, I'm starting to get a little tired because it's been 2 hours of designing, but oh no, guys, I have to do Pomodoro work style and stop every 15 minutes and watch TV. I forgot. Okay. Let me try the one that was supposed to be like, even here I should have actually more surface around it because like it's stupid that I can't teleport off like this, right? So sadly, we need to, well, we need like frickin' 4 squares on all sides. I'm going to make a thing where we say flag floor as do not fall onto. So right now we have, if there's an ocean down here or something, we have a thing where you could say, hey, don't voluntarily walk onto that because you would fall into the ocean and drown. And we don't do that for non-ocean, but we probably should. Okay. So that really shouldn't have. Let's just make sure the test works here. Okay, great. So the original idea that led me to do this 2 things with a bridge in the middle was going to be something about like, hey, you could only, I'm going to make the super dumb version of this and then we'll try to make it less dumb. It was going to be like, hey, you could only go on this guy from that way. And he's already turned there, right? So the beam, in order to get 2 beams that point at each other, you need a beam that looks like that, right? Okay. Then, like, maybe this guy's facing this way, and you have a beam that looks like this, right? And so, like, it was going to be just like, well, you have to bring the beams across and put one beam on one guy and the other beam on the other guy, right? So now this is a little bit stupid, but we could maybe have some obstacles there? Question mark. Like we could, for example, actually, the real way to do it there's your obstacle. Okay. So like now I can't approach from that direction. I can only go here. All right. So if I do this, right, and then I do this, That is not going to work. Oh, actually, I mean, it will sort of work still because of this frickin' thing. Oh, no, because they both aggro me, right? So, like, that's funny, right? That's funny. So the point being, you have to solve this by doing doing the following thing. You go there and you swap. You cross the streams, okay? And then when they aggro, then you're good. Before aggroing, walk off of head into beam. Then corner aggro. Let's see. Trying to decode Twitch chat is always challenging. Will there be lava? There sort of is. Yeah, I mean, we could make this an infinite fall death later if we want. That's all fine. It's not really like we're not that worried about this aspect right now, right? All we're worried about is you can't go down there or you lose the level, right? So you never walk into the double aggro place. Walk off of head into beam. Then corner aggro. How am I? Okay. So if I understand what you're saying, let's try it. So we're going to not swap. We're just going to push these, right? Okay. Now, so you're saying walk off of the orange guy's head into the beam. So the orange guy has to be down to do that. So then I go here. Yes, I don't aggro the monsters yet. I do that. Now, orange guy who is on the bottom floor has to aggro one monster and not the other monster. All right. And he can't do that. So this guy, right, that's not far enough. We need the other beam. And so I have to aggro the bottom guy without the top guy. And there's no real way to do that. So the alternate thing I could attempt is starting out here, right? But then I can't get past this monster to do anything. Aggro only one with corner. But that won't work. Oh, wait, it will work. Wait. Oh, you are correct, I think. Okay, hold on. I see what you're saying. So here, I go here, he goes there, then I aggro this guy. Right. Okay. So I aggro him, but he doesn't point the right way because, like here, he's facing south. So the beam is east, right? So if I aggro him, he won't ever aggro east because that square is filled. I can't step into it. So he'll aggro north, which points this thing in the wrong way, right? So it's a good point that that's a good attempted exploit, but it won't actually work. Because he'll never turn east. At least if the aggro system isn't frickin' broken, he'll never turn east. They're smarter than you thought. Yeah, well, good. That was in some of the code that we looked at. It looks to see if that square is filled with a wall, and if that square is filled, it doesn't consider that as aggro potential. Yeah, okay. Let's record this one, and then I'm going to record it to feel good about myself, and then we'll see if there are more potential X. Where should I put this? I should put that there. You get out. You go there. Ah, no, sir. Don't do that. Do this. Do this. Do that. Do that. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay, great. Bam. Another one. And another one. And another one. Low IQ mode. I mean, I think those games already exist, though. They're like every puzzle game for iOS. Is there a reason I have floor on the bottom, save for the monsters to stand on? I mean, if you take away all the floor and don't give people any ability to go anywhere except the right place, that feels very heavy-handed. It doesn't feel like a good puzzle when you do that. Like, you need to give options for players to move that are not exactly the correct answer. Otherwise, it's also not a puzzle. You could still step onto the horizontal beam and jump to the final platform with a single jump. No, you can't. Oh, no, you can't. How am I going to do that? It's a 4-square jump. You need both beams. Unless I'm missing, am I missing something there? Am I being dumb? It's possible. It is possible that I am being dumb. Did I not save this with the blocks? There we go. Another one, and another one, and another one. Did we do all 4 of these so far? That's crazy, guys. This is a productive puzzle day. Try the broken solution again, then you can step from the head to the beam pointing to the... What? Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can figure out... Like, again, guys, millennials out there, you've got to realize this way that you have of typing with, like, barely grunted phrases with no capitals or punctuation, it really does make it harder to understand what the fuck you're saying and, like, to attribute any nuance to it or anything. Like... It is a degraded form of communication. But okay. Okay, so here we go. Step from the head to the beam pointing to the left. What beam pointing to the left? You're saying, okay, if I aggro here, there's no way this guy would have to move diagonal to do that. If he could, okay, if he could get in that beam going left, he could still go out 2 squares, but then he would fall anyway, because the double beam doesn't levitate you indefinitely. It holds you if the ground is 2 squares beneath you. So even if you could get on that beam, you couldn't get all the way out. Now aggro both guys. Whoops. So like, I see. So you're saying I could do this. Yeah, that's not going to work though, because I'll fall right there. Yeah, the double beam doesn't levitate you indefinitely. We're already doing this no capitals thing back in the 90s. I mean, I definitely knew people who did it on MUDs. There were entire MUDs that were like all lowercase, no punctuation, E.E. Cummings style, but like I didn't like them. You like the look of everything in lowercase? I mean, there is a reason that the great literature that we've been making for centuries is not written in all lowercase with no punctuation. I'm just saying, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to think of that. Like I didn't actually think to attempt that exploit. So it's good to catch that. But yeah, according to the actual game rules, it is not really possible. You know, the most I could sort of do is like get back on this platform, which isn't going to really help. Because I could just get back by, you know, the guy walking back over there. So I think we're actually okay here, but I don't totally know. Like there's, you know, sometimes the situation is complicated. It's hard to see everything, and there may well be an exploit. What do you do if programming or playing video games isn't fun anymore? I don't know. I mean, I don't think playing video games is fun. I'm having more fun designing these puzzles than I have playing anyone's video game. But so I don't play very many video games because they're not fun. If programming is not fun, maybe find a different thing to do. I mean, programming isn't, I wouldn't exactly describe it as fun either, but for me, it's a worthwhile activity that I feel productive when I do a good job at it. Also, it pays the bills, so yeah. Anyway. Can you download this game for free if it contains a Bitcoin miner? I mean, the problem with that theory, that would be a fun way to sell games. You kind of just mine a cryptocurrency while people play it. The problem with Bitcoin is it's designed to take exponentially more compute power, and computers aren't really going to get that much faster. So like, you sort of designed it, like all games have a naturally diminishing audience as time goes on. So you have that. And then also your ability to mine will diminish as time goes on. So you're like squaring your fall off curve. Maybe that's not that bad though. I don't know. Maybe if you plan to make all your Bitcoin up front. Yeah, Bitcoin is only ASIC now. Yeah, like I don't like, how long would it take a PC with a high-end graphics card to mine one block? Like, I don't even know. I don't keep in touch with it, but like, it seems like it would take a really long time. Guys, I knew about Bitcoin when it took like a very short amount of time, when you could just set up your random fucking Linux box and go and it would make Bitcoins. I just didn't do that. So I could, at this time, have a lot more funds for game development than I have. It's very sad. At least a few thousand hours. Is that accurate? I mean, I'm not that surprised. Cost more than the coin is worth. Yeah. I mean, that's why all the coin farms are in places with cheap electricity, right? That's like you ship all your stuff somewhere where it doesn't cost that much to run them. Okay, I want to do at least one more level. I'm getting a little tired. The creative brain's getting a little tired, but I want to do one more level before we sign off. And that is, I want to do the version of this that's like the exploit. Which will be as follows. Is it going to use the thief? I guess not. So maybe it's going to go. Maybe it's going to go here. Okay, so we're going to save aggro triple. And this is going to be about, there's 3 monsters. We might have to extend the map a little bit this way. So it's going to be like this. There's going to be a frickin' monster here. Oh no, right. He's got to be down here. So maybe we don't extend the map that much. I don't know. We're not going to put the exit there because, like, yeah. Okay, so there's monsters, and there's going to be 3 beams. And the idea is I wonder if I can do this with one character. So, like, if I have a beam pointing the correct direction on this guy, right? If I could, like, aggro him out here somehow. Okay, dude, this is going to be banana nut bags. Let's just sort of... actually, this could be multiple levels, honestly. Let me try making... The one character version of this level is like not... I was thinking of making one where you have to get one on the bottom level and then run around turning the guys. Right? But this one could be like, hey, you have to... Okay, let's try the following. I don't know. Oh God. So this part, let's like actually not have the gem on yet. Okay, so I actually want to aggro this guy this way because the deal is I want to get on this guy. I don't know how I'm going to do this. like what I was thinking was, okay, we put this on his head. Oh, he's not going to aggro to either side unless. So the point being, if I turn the power on, I can jump out here. That also won't aggro him yet. It should. Maybe we need to update those rules now. Also, I need to frickin' rotate these. So maybe it's like, okay, and then the point was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. The point was going to be that. Okay. This might not be possible as current. So I put that one on that guy. And then I could aggro that one this way, right? Oh, yeah, okay. So, like, watch this. So now, oh, well, if I do that, see, I do that, but then I fall first and then the beam goes second. It's like I almost can aggro him and stay in the beam. And if I could do that, like if there was a block there, I could do that, right? It'd be kind of stupid to start with a block there, but I mean, let's do that and then let's see if we could make it better, right? So and let's just shortcut all this stuff. So this is over here. This might not be the best idea of the level, honestly. Maybe I'm making it too, whoops. Aggro me there, please. We go there. Whoops. No, we don't go there. We go there. Then we do that. Then we do that. Then we go here. Okay. Okay, well, that would have been fine if I had done this one, right? Because then I go there, there. Oh, that doesn't aggro the dudes, right? This should, like, according to the rule change I want to do, this should, but doesn't. I'm not one key press away from getting attacked. Yeah, but like the goblins don't necessarily know the magic of everything, right? Like it should be like this position is one that they're worried about. Rule change sounds bad for, no, it's good for other levels. What are you talking about? provide an extra triangle that you push down to stand on instead. No, it would have to be 2. Oh no, it could be 1, right? Because you could push it over the dude's head, except that no, you can't because, oh yes, you can. Wait, no, you can't. No, you can't. You like almost could, but I don't see that can work. Anyway, though, we actually don't frickin' need this anyway. So, okay, look. If the entire problem is getting that beam, then, okay. So I go here, I aggro this guy, I put this on his head. Then I go there, and I go there, and he's there. And now, okay, well, I go there. Right. So that's actually, as long as I don't ever step in that square again, I'm like fine. The problem is I kind of have to come down here now. Oh no, that doesn't aggro him, right? Because I'm too far. This should though, according to new rule, that should aggro him. So like this level would have to be bigger, or I would have to rotate this upwards somehow, which there is no way to do. But actually I just realized it was easier, right? This gem could be like on the back wall, and then I wouldn't have to walk down to, like this could be back here. So then I'd go there, and then I go there, right? And now, as long as I don't ever walk back in that square, oh, but I have to walk back in that square to get this beam to the bottom where it needs to be. Oh, wait. Lawler coaster. Okay. Oh, no, don't go there. That's very bad. Lawler coaster. Imagine I could get this back from here. Imagine that this wasn't a terrible move. All right. Then, oh, because that, okay, hold on. And also, let's put that there so that it doesn't. Okay. Then I can jump to here. And I could aggro this guy, again, according to new rules. And that would actually be, that would be win condition, sort of. Oh, and actually, right, this is fine. Because when I said, imagine this wasn't a terrible move, let me go back and do this. When I said, imagine this wasn't a terrible move, it's not really, because I could do that, right? So then, like, the only difficulty is this guy over here. Whoops. Like, I like this one so far, right? So, assuming that that aggroes, then, well, if that other beam had been pointing in a different direction, or the monster were pointing in a different direction, I guess maybe if that monster were pointing up and the beam were up, because we need that beam to be vertical to frickin' do anything. Because we used the vertical running beam. Like a horizontal running beam, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Pew. Like, if this one were down here, whoops, no, don't do that. I kind of wonder if this is a little too redundant with the other one in terms of magicalness. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, but now... Right, the thing is to get this across to the other guy, I have to de-aggro that guy, but that's actually fine because I could... No, I can't re-aggro him. Yeah. So now we're in lose condition. You can solve it with two beams? No, you can't. No, you can't. What are you talking about? Okay. I think I want to try the other version of this. We can come back to this later. Sometimes just giving things calendar time is fine. Okay. This version Maybe we'll put thief on it. Maybe it has to be another character. I don't know. We'll put neutral guy. Okay. So the deal here is going to be, it's going to be like the other one where you didn't, in fact, we could use more monsters to do this again. Like you don't have a choice of where you can push stuff onto the dudes. And it's going to be not possible. Could even do this. Like if we push a thing to the back wall, no, I guess we need that in order to be able to push something onto this guy. Let's make the map bigger. Is that the right thing? I don't know. But anyway, so now the point being you can't really aggro this right-hand guy from the sides. It's just This kind of harshes my mellow right here. The fact that these will aggro him to the side. Like I kind of want it to be that you can't like without being too heavy-handed. I want it to be that you kind of have to put the stuff on and get the dude in one of the beams, right? And then kind of run around here. Because we're going to want to run around, we actually want one more row. I want to be able to run around freely. Whoops. Except, you know, and just be able to turn these guys. And I want to, after the fact, turn them to get the beams to line up, right? Okay. So like, okay, well, this is already a lose condition here unless I do something. Let's do that. So like if I do this, that's actually not good. That's kind of interesting, is like you can't do that. That's a lose. This is not a lose. I mean, you would have to aggro this guy to the right, which we said before does not happen. So like, if I have a leftward over here, let's pretend like we could scramble these up later more, but if I have a leftward one, right, that's actually workable because later on when I'm running around, I can go here, right? and get it to point. If I go here, I screw it up. But if I go here, it'll point the right way, right? Up is not good, and right is not good for that guy. For this guy, I think, okay, if it weren't for this frickin', let's get rid of that aggro turn confusion. So like if that guy's pointing right, then of course we could aggro him. We kind of want, okay, so the deal is though, I actually don't want it to be that you could statically set it up. And I don't know how to do that. So the problem is, right now I can aggro these guys without aggroing the other guys. They're so far apart. That I could just start by aggroing the, you know, let's just do the thing, right? So if this is the setup, all right, whoops. If this is the setup, then, right, I could aggro this guy, I could aggro that guy, I could aggro that guy, and it's just sort of statically solved. Well, kind of. Mostly, I don't know. And then this guy can sort of come over here. Lol. We're not in the right line here because I changed the map. I changed the center line of the map. But the point being, that would have solved it if the exit were in the right place. That's not that great. I kind of want the guy to have to be floating in the beam. Like you have to drop him off and then go out because the guys will be aggroed otherwise. And so I think what I want is like here, there's no way to do it. Right? Like, I don't know. Let's just get rid of this for a second. So like, actually, even if, nah. I mean, if I'm really I don't know how, like this just seems so contrived and obvious, but maybe we could do something with it, right? Like this could just be ding, 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 ding. So the point being now, let's say I come down here and aggro this guy. Aggro this guy. So, well, it's even. It's challenging. It's kind of what I'm saying. Actually, maybe this is fun, right? Oop. Actually, that would be a solve on this, right? With the new aggro rule. Which is also not what I was trying to do. I wanted to have a fun thing where he's floating and then you kind of run around and you lock the things into place. But like, and that requires the monsters to be further away. Okay, what if I did the following? Put them back where they were. But, and it's a big but, there's like a column here. Okay. And let's actually put these in the right place while we're at it. So like, you can't walk out there when you're on the ground. Okay. So suppose I go down here. So now I can't go out without aggroing one of these guys. I can't go in without aggroing one of these guys. Oops. Now it's further enough that I actually have to walk him into, but now he's like not floating. See, that's not fun. Like I could make that a pit. See, now he's like not floating. I could have just done that without the beams being set. And then I go here. And then I go here. And that's also not fun because like, it's just very easy to aggro those guys in order. Someone's going to get mad at me for making a secret Jesus level. Can't make it a pit. No, you could make it a pit. If you make it a pit, he will fall until, and it's a big until, let me fill in the bottom here, until you get more beams out there, right? So, and that's a pit. Why does this look weirder than it is? Okay, hold on. Okay, fine. It's just the angle of the sun is not good for this. So like, something like that. Okay. So now he will fall if there's only one beam, right? So let's do this part. He will fall if there's only, whoops, one beam. But he could stand there just fine and hang out. The problem with that is it's an odd offset, so you don't actually want to do that, right? But he could hang out here, all right? And that's actually fine. Now he can go back, and then now I could do this. It's still a little too simplistic. Like I don't like it. But it does work. So what else could I do to make it more interesting? Well, we could put the exit somewhere else, somewhere unpleasing, and like do that, right? So like now, I don't think this actually makes it harder, but it's like at least, in fact, it doesn't really. Oh, except it does because like I have to aggro this guy to get past, right? So like, now, okay, now it's actually impossible. Because there's no way without stepping here. I mean, maybe it's possible by aggroing the guy on the orange beams, by tripping around the orange beams, but I don't even think that's possible. Well, guys, maybe if I knew that dog extends animal, I would be able to solve this problem. I think my brain juice is a little bit out. We had a good design session, though. I'm going to take a break. We now have, so we had one level before this. So we did 4 that actually work. And then it's, from last night, there's this level, which is probably almost done. So we'll do another design stream where I try to fix these up. Dog extends animal. That's not, dude. I don't know what extends means. I don't use those programming languages. Yeah, we'll do some more. I don't know exactly when. I've got some people visiting. I'm traveling tomorrow. It might not be easy. We might be on low quality laptop stream for a while. Who knows? But yeah, we'll do some more of these. This has been good. I feel like my design brain is turned on again, whereas a couple days ago when we were doing this, I was like, oh my God, this isn't working. So that's great. Let's see if we could raid somebody who maybe has a camera. What is going on? SpaceX flight. Wait, there's no rocket in this scene.
Stories behind
oh, there it is.
I want to get into.
Okay, they're still getting their act together. Puppy watch. Ultra small WebAssembly game with the borrow checker. That's great. Making the switch to staggered grids in our Python client. You should not be programming a climate model in Python. That is academic malpractice. Never mind that they all do it. Self-hosted compiler. Very exciting. Dogecoin. I can't do compiler guy. He's just a huge dick to me on Twitter all the time. So like, he doesn't get rated. HoloLive fan game. I don't want to know what that is. I don't think. Wolfram has 2 viewers.
Developed, I think, in the ancient world is that they were human.
Let's raid him. What's going on there? I guess he just got started. Let's do it. Thanks everybody. We'll see you later. This will be a good stream. Look, you went from no camera to full screen camera. That's how we take care of you here.